Did you know that in 1994, the company that held the patent on GIFs attempted to charge a fee for using them? Yes, that's right. Unisys, the company in question, suddenly announced that it would begin enforcing its patent rights on the LZW compression method used in GIFs. This sent shockwaves through the internet community, which had been freely using GIFs for years. As a response to this sudden demand for licensing fees, developers around the world came together to create an alternative. This led to the birth of the PNG, or Portable Network Graphics, a format that was not only free to use but also offered better quality and functionality. Faced with a rapidly growing PNG user base and a backlash from the internet community, Unisys eventually backed down from its decision. So every time you use a PNG, remember it was born out of a protest against paying for GIFs. Now, let's shift our focus to China, where pandas are not just cute animals. They're also a powerful symbol of the country's commitment to renewable energy. How so, you might ask? Well, China is investing a whopping $3 billion to construct solar farms shaped like pandas. Yes, you heard it right, panda-shaped solar farms. This ingenious idea is not just a gimmick, it's a strategic move to engage the younger generation in the conversation about renewable energy. By marrying the charm of pandas with the practicality of solar power, China is creating a buzz around renewable energy sources. And it's not just about getting young people interested. This initiative also aims to show the world China's dedication to green energy. So the next time you think about solar power, imagine a giant panda soaking up the sun. That's a brilliant and fun way to promote renewable energy, isn't it? Speaking of celestial bodies, did you know that only 2 planets in our solar system don't have any moons? Yes, you heard that right. Out of the 8 planets revolving around our sun, only Mercury and Venus are devoid of a companion moon. These 2 planets stand alone in the vast expanse of space, with no lunar bodies to accompany their celestial dance. While the reasons for this are complex and rooted in the mysteries of planetary formation, one thing is certain: it underlines the uniqueness of our own planet. With our beautiful moon illuminating our night skies and governing the tides, it's easy to forget that such a companion is not a universal feature in our solar system. So, the next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, not all planets are as lucky as ours to have a moon. Moving from the celestial to the terrestrial, and specifically to American children's bedrooms, let's talk about the tooth fairy. You know, that magical creature that sneaks into kids' rooms and leaves money under their pillows in exchange for their fallen baby teeth? Well, it seems the tooth fairy's rates have been rising with the economy. Nowadays, the average American child is given $3.70 per tooth that falls out. That's a far cry from the quarter or 50 cents that many of us may remember receiving as kids. And if you consider that an average child loses 20 baby teeth, that's a whopping $74 in total. It seems that the tooth fairy has been hit by inflation just like the rest of us. Or perhaps she's just become more generous over the years. Either way, losing a tooth has become quite the lucrative business for kids these days. That's some serious tooth fairy inflation. Ever struggled with the correct order of adjectives in a sentence? There's actually a rule for it. English, unlike some languages, has a specific order in which we should place adjectives when we use more than one to describe a noun. The correct order of adjectives is amount, value, size, temperature, age, shape, color, origin, and material. For instance, if we're talking about a pizza, we'd say, "I'd like a large, hot, round Italian pizza." We wouldn't say, "I'd like an Italian, hot, large, round pizza." See the difference? It's a subtle but significant aspect of language that helps us communicate more clearly and effectively. So if you've ever been confused about why 2 big old round red Italian leather sofas sounds more natural than any other arrangement, now you know why. So next time you can confidently say, "I love my 2 big old round red Italian leather sofas." Let's travel back in time to 1925, to the world's first motel. Nestled in the charming town of San Luis Obispo, it was a groundbreaking concept, a stepping stone into the modern era of hospitality. Imagine this: for a mere $1.25, you could secure a 2-room bungalow, complete with a kitchen and a private adjoining garage, a place to rest and rejuvenate, a home away from home, all for less than the price of a cup of coffee today. This was not just a motel, but a symbol of freedom and mobility, embodying the spirit of the Roaring Twenties. It was a beacon for weary travelers, offering comfort and convenience in one neat package. Fast forward to today, and motels are an integral part of the global travel and tourism industry, a testament to this pioneering establishment. Quite a bargain for a 2-room bungalow, wouldn't you say? From motels to fortresses, did you know Scotland was one of the few countries to resist being conquered by the Romans? Indeed, in the 1st century AD, the mighty Roman Empire, known for its formidable military might and vast territories, set its sights on Scotland. But the Scots proved to be a force to reckon with. They fiercely defended their lands and, against all odds, successfully held off the Roman invasion. This wasn't a one-off battle, but a series of confrontations that spanned several decades. The Romans, despite their superior numbers and advanced warfare tactics, were unable to subdue the indomitable spirit of the Scots. The Roman Empire eventually built the famous Hadrian's Wall, not as a mark of their conquest, but as a barrier to keep the unconquerable Scots at bay. So, Scotland's spirit of independence isn't a recent development. It's a legacy that dates back to the time of the Romans, and one that continues to define Scotland to this day. Now, let's tune into some music facts. I Will Always Love You wasn't originally a Whitney Houston hit. That's right, it's a Dolly Parton classic, written and recorded by her in 1973. But did you know it wasn't just a song? It was Dolly's heartfelt farewell to her mentor of 7 years, Porter Wagoner. Imagine this, Dolly and Porter had a successful musical partnership, but Dolly yearned to break free and venture on her own. She penned down this touching ballad to express her gratitude and love for Porter, and to explain why she had to move on. The song beautifully encapsulates the bittersweet emotion of saying goodbye to someone you deeply respect and love. When you listen to the song again, remember its roots. Remember the courage it took for Dolly to step out of the shadow and into the spotlight on her own. It makes the song even more poignant, doesn't it? In matters of the heart, it seems we're more predictable than we'd like to believe. There's a popular notion that opposites attract. But is it really true? Well, not exactly. In fact, research suggests that people are often attracted to those who look like their family members or those who share a similar personality type. It seems familiarity breeds attraction, not contempt. This doesn't mean we're seeking our identical twins and partners. Instead, it implies that shared values, common interests, and similar life experiences draw us closer to others. It's about resonance and understanding, not difference and divergence. So the next time you hear someone say, opposites attract, remember, it's more myth than reality. We're naturally inclined to gravitate towards what feels familiar, comfortable, and safe. So, maybe there's more truth in birds of a feather flock together after all. From matters of the heart to the animal kingdom, did you know llamas can be quite the heroes? Yes, you heard it right. These long-necked, fuzzy creatures are not just adorable, they're also extremely courageous. When it comes to defending sheep herds, llamas take on the role of the knight in shining armor. In the face of danger, particularly from coyotes, these gentle giants turn into fierce protectors. Studies have shown that a single guard llama can effectively protect a herd of sheep from these predators. Their size, strength, and aggressive behavior when threatened make them formidable opponents. What's more, they don't just scare off the attackers. In some cases, llamas have been known to kill the invading coyotes, ensuring the safety of their woolly companions. So the next time you see a llama, remember they're not just cute, they're brave protectors too. Ever wonder what causes that unique smell of rain? It's a scent that's so distinctive it has its own name, petrichor. Now, you might think it's simply the aroma of damp earth, but the story is a little more complex. You see, when those first few raindrops hit the ground after a dry spell, they react with oils produced by plants. These oils have been absorbed by the soil and rocks, waiting for the rain to release them into the air. But that's not all. There's another player in this aromatic symphony, a type of bacteria known as Actinomycetes. These little organisms thrive in damp soil, and when the rain moistens their habitat, they release spores, which carry a distinctive, earthy scent. And let's not forget ozone, a gas created when lightning splits oxygen and nitrogen molecules, which then recombine in a new formation. So the earthy scent of rain is actually a cocktail of nature's fragrances. Speaking of unique, the most expensive virtual object is worth a whopping $635,000. Now, that's quite a sum, isn't it? This object isn't just any virtual trinket, but an entire club, known as Club Neverty, nestled within the expansive cosmos of the Entropia universe. This virtual universe, for those unfamiliar, is a massive multiplayer online game that's been around since the early 2000s, a platform where players can trade and invest real-world money for virtual assets. Now back to our pricey object. Club Neverty, named after its original owner John Neverty Jacobs, was initially bought for a mere $10,000. Over time, it has appreciated in value, turning into a profitable venture for its owner. This club, with its virtual real estate and amenities, is a testament to the booming digital economy and the potential value of virtual assets. That's quite an investment in a virtual universe. From virtual reality to some grim reality, did you know cruise ships have morgues? You might associate cruises with relaxation, adventure, and all-you-can-eat buffets, but death is an unfortunate reality even at sea. In fact, every cruise ship is equipped with a small morgue. These facilities are a necessary precaution due to the nature of cruising: lengthy voyages, isolated locations, and a demographic often skewed towards older passengers. The morgues on these floating cities are designed to store up to 10 bodies at once, ensuring the ship can manage until it reaches its next port. And while it might be an unsettling thought as you sip your beach cocktail, the numbers are relatively low. On average, around 200 people pass away on cruise ships each year, often due to natural causes. That's a sobering fact to consider for your next cruise vacation. Let's lighten the mood with some prehistoric facts. Birds are the closest living relatives of crocodilians. Now that might sound a tad bit strange at first. How can our feathery friends be related to these robust reptiles, right? Well, it all comes down to their shared ancestry with extinct dinosaurs. You see, birds didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They are actually descendants of a group of two-legged dinosaurs known as theropods, the members of which include the powerful predator Tyrannosaurus rex and the smaller velociraptors. It's fascinating to think that the sparrows and pigeons we see every day are distant relatives of these formidable creatures. Even more intriguing is the fact that birds are not just related to dinosaurs, but they are dinosaurs themselves. Yes, our feathered friends are the only surviving members of the dinosaur family. So, every bird is a living dinosaur. How cool is that? From prehistoric times to the power of the human mind, here's a miraculous story. Imagine living a life dominated by severe obsessive-compulsive disorder and a crippling fear of germs. For one man, life had become unbearable, and in a moment of desperation, he attempted to end his own life. His chosen method? A bullet to the head. But life had a strange twist in store. Rather than ending his life, the bullet miraculously managed to eliminate his mental illness without causing any other damage. The man survived, free from the chains of his OCD and his germ phobia. It's a story that leaves us in awe of the human brain's complexity and resilience. It's a stark reminder that even in our darkest moments, there's potential for unexpected light, a tragic story with an unexpected silver lining. From individual stories to demographics, did you know that half of Niger's population is consistently under 16 years old? That's a remarkable statistic, isn't it? But what does this mean for Niger? Well, it presents a unique set of challenges and opportunities. This youthful demographic, with a total current population of 21.6 million, points towards a vibrant and dynamic future. The energy, innovation, and potential that these young minds hold could shape the country's socio-economic landscape. However, it also calls for a considerable investment in education and healthcare to ensure these young people can thrive and contribute effectively to their nation. Moreover, the government will need to create viable opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship to absorb the influx of youthful energy into the workforce. It's a balancing act of harnessing potential while ensuring sustainable growth. Quite a challenge for any nation. Finally, as we approach the holiday season, let's give thanks to Sarah Josepha Hale. You might recognize her name as the author of the charming nursery rhyme, "Mary Had a Little Lamb." But did you know she's also the driving force behind making Thanksgiving a national holiday? Hale, a renowned writer and editor, championed the cause for nearly 2 decades, penning countless letters and editorials. Her persuasive efforts finally bore fruit in 1863 when President Abraham Lincoln declared the last Thursday of November as a national day of Thanksgiving. Hale's vision was to unify a nation torn apart by civil war through a shared tradition of gratitude. Today, we continue to celebrate this day, bringing together families and communities, all thanks to the relentless dedication of Sarah Josepha Hale. So, as you enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner, remember to thank Sarah for this wonderful tradition.